And we're off. How you doing, Khalil?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm actually feeling good today. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You see, I look a mess right now.
I really can't see because the boxes are so small. I'm doing this from my phone. So the boxes are so small. I can't see, but I mean, you never look a mess to me from what I see from TikTok. So you're fine.
Thank you. You too. So, why don't we just jump right into it? Like, who are you? Like, who's Khalil?
Well, my name is Khalil. Obviously, I'm Khalil. I'm from Queens. I'm from Queens, New York. I'm a stylist. I'm a personal shopper. Um, I've worked with a couple different celebrities. Obviously, my most known work was with Nicki Minaj. I've styled several of her videos. I've worked with her on several different things. And now I'm known for my latest venture, Playboys Miami on Nowthatstv. And yeah, that's me, Khalil.
Okay, so before I jump into like the whole celebrity thing, which is what I really wanted to get into about the career that you got, what was it like growing up in Queens? Like, were you popular in school?
Yeah, well, like I grew up all over New York. Like I actually grew up in Queens, I grew up in Harlem, and then I finished out like my high school, my middle school, high school years in Delaware too. So, and then I moved back to New York. So, growing up, but anywhere I was, like I've always grew up pretty popular. Like I've always been like one of those, one of the gay boys that's just funny and outgoing. I was always, popular and I always loved to get dressed. I always loved fashion. I always, loved my pieces. Yeah, I've always been popular. I've always been, into getting dressed and into my fashion, and that's pretty much what I've always been known for anybody that knows me.
Okay. So you're from Queens. My father's family is actually from Brooklyn. That's funny.
And where you
And I
from?
kind of, I'm from Albany, New York, but I kind of went back and forth
Oh, so you're
from
from
Brooklyn
upstate.
and yeah, so I kind of went back from Brooklyn and Long Island
Oh,
because
okay.
that's my
Well,
dad's side.
Long Island is near Queens. I've spent time in Long Island as well.
Yeah, that's the suburban part of New York City. But
Yeah.
I'm familiar with around the town.
Okay.
Okay. So you actually stated that you worked with Nicki Minaj. How was that?
That was great. I mean, obviously, I still maintain a very great relationship with Nikki. I've always worked, I've always been a barb. I'm always going to be a barb. Me and Nikki's relationship supersedes just working, but she has given me several opportunities through working with her. So I will always be grateful. It's great. I have amazing reviews. She took me on
Oh,
tour.
okay. You and Nicki still talk to this day?
Yeah, I still maintain a great relationship with Nikki to this day.
She don't ask you questions about the show, does she?
No, not yet, but not yet. Directly, not yet. No, we haven't talked about the show directly yet.
Oh, good, because I know her name been getting brought up a lot of times. I don't know if she already gonna send
I
a
mean,
cease and
the thing
desist.
is, though, the funny thing is, no one's ever really brought her name up to me. They bring her name up when referencing me when I'm not around, but no one, because I would have shut that down so quick. No one's ever said nothing about like made a Nicki reference to me, because I would have shut that down immediately. You're gonna see eventually Landon does say something about Nicki to me, and I shut that down quick, like quick. When me and Landon were going back and forth, he brought her up, and I shut it down quick. But like Ken and everyone else that's mentioning Nikki in their confessionals, I never really heard no Nikki remarks. I made it a point not to mention Nikki because I felt like I didn't have to do that. Like I felt like I didn't have to come on being like, oh, I work with Nikki. You know me for working with Nikki. Yada, yada. I felt like they were. I knew they were gonna do it themselves. Like I didn't have to do it. Like everyone was gonna do it for me, and that's what they did.
Okay. So, I want to get into a situation that took place before filming. There was a situation that occurred with two females from Zeus Network, which was Stunna Girl and Ivory. I don't know what
Yes.
happened. I don't know who set who up. There's been names that's thrown out there. Probably, I don't know. And she went live saying that she had gotten jumped, and there were no names being thrown, but there was heard that it was a bunch of females and two dudes. And come to
And
find
me. Yeah.
out, somehow you were one of the names that were brought up.
Right.
And can you explain us what happened that night and what was your involvement in that situation? And did you end up putting your hands on her?
Well, we've explained the situation 50,000 gazillion times. But long story short, because it was a whole night. You feel me? At the end of the day, they had beef. The two women had beef, and Stunna pulled up on her. Her homegirls hopped out, and they got that with Ivory. That's as simple as put. My role in it was that I was recording it and just being hype, like, oh my god, like I was gagging and this is even happening in real life. I couldn't believe that they was really about to, like, that they really even did this. Like, I didn't even think that Stunner Girl was actually going to pull through it. Like, I didn't even think this is all gonna be a thing. But it was, and I recorded it. I thought it was like, yo, I was recording it, and it's as simple as that. I mean, like, it's really nothing more or less to it. I never touched her. I mean, honestly, for everything that's transpired, if it really happened, why would I be saying no? Like, I don't even understand the logic of even still being act. Like, I'm not saying it to you, but I'm saying, like, people that are even still wondering what happened. I don't even understand the logic of wondering what happened, because if it was that, if I genuinely touched her, I would say I did. Especially now, because everything that I went through after, it's as if I touched her anyway. So I still had to run all these phase. I still had to go through all of this. I still have to still answer these questions and deal with this. So if I didn't, I mean, I didn't do it, but if I did, it was like I'm already getting the repercussions anyway. So why would I continue to lie? I clearly didn't touch her. I didn't touch her, and I'm gonna stand firm on that, because that's the truth. She knows it. I know it. Everyone else knows it. I'm not gonna say she knows it, because honestly, when you're getting jumped, you probably don't even really know who's hitting you. But I know I didn't touch her. Um, and that's just, that's that.
Okay. So you did not put your hands on her. For everybody that's been asking, this is his
No.
answer. He said he
Like
did
I
not
said
put
on
his
the
hands on her.
show, like I said on the show, I would never do that. Like, that's not my brand. Like, my brand is to style. I style women. Like, why would I attack a woman physically with stun a girl? Like, why would I even, like, anybody that's not even my brand to get involved in nothing, to get in nothing involved in nothing like that. But yeah, no.
Okay. So another question I has is, so a lot of people want to know, so if you style women, why record a fight with two women instead of de-escalating the situation?
It's a kangaroo. Big bra, big titties, big.
Um, I mean, I do uplift women. I do uplift women. I feel like people are not being realistic with that statement. Like, yes, I uplift women, but at the end of the day, yes, I'm messy too. I'm messy just like anybody else. I'm messy just like anybody else. I'm not about to act like this is not as TV Zeus girls. Why wouldn't I go and record them fighting? That's what they do. Did we not just watch what happened this week? Like, come on. We know what type of platform this is. We know what type of arena we're in. So at the end of the day, yes, I'm recording it. That doesn't mean that I don't uplift black women. Who owns the networks? Two of the top networks, the fighting networks, are owned by black men.
Okay.
Okay. What? I still uplift black women. I still uplift black women. I still support black women. I still, you feel me, root for black women. Just because I recorded a fight doesn't make me what? That doesn't mean I don't uplift black women because I wasn't out there begging for them to stop. Even if I was
No,
begging for them to stop, I would still be a contradiction, because I still am on the network. I'm still involved in fighting. I'm still involved in mess. I still talk about. I still, give my opinion and my opinion and my reads on certain topics. So I still feel like no matter which way you flip it or reverse it, I still uplift black women. I feel like, could I have done better in that moment? Yes, I could have done better in that moment. Yes, but do I regret that? No, because what did I do wrong?
okay. I hear you. I'm only asking this question because people constantly keep wanting to know certain things, so I just wanted to clear this
No,
air
like,
to
I
clear your name.
understand. I'm
So
speaking it like when I'm speaking. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to the people. Like, because
no,
it's
I
like
know.
they ask me the same questions, and I just be like, I do understand where they're coming from when they say that, because how can you uplift black women but then record a woman getting jumped? But at the same time, it's like I never said that I wasn't messy. I never said that I don't, that I don't have, I could have handled it differently. But we live and we learn, we live and we learn. I came on the network to clear my name, and whoever wanted to feel like they needed to give me a lesson, or they felt like they needed to give me that, that was the whole purpose of me coming on Playboys. So I feel like, in addition, I feel like this is me answering for doing for going on the show.
Okay, so I'm closing off on that situation.
Mhm.
He said he didn't jump in. That's that, and I'm leaving it at that,
It's
and we're moving
simple.
on.
Simple.
Now the easier part. So what made I think you already probably answered this, but what made you wanted to do Playboys? Did anybody reach out to you? Did you reach out to them?
I mean, the driving force for doing Playboys was simply was to was to see what was, because when the situation happened, everyone was like, "Oh, Landon is gonna get you." Me and Landon had words on Twitter, and it was like he was supposed to come to Atlanta, and we were supposed to get it then, and we didn't. And I felt like everyone was making it seem like all these people were after me for Ivory, like I was so hard to find. So I felt like, okay, well, let me bring myself to y'all. Like, if I'm so hard to find and everyone wants me to answer and everyone wants to hear my side and hear what happened and everybody wants to see what's that tea like, let me come pull up on y'all. So I felt like, okay, let me pull up on y'all. The opportunity presented itself. Me and CEO had a conversation and it was fitting. And I have nothing but, I respect the CEO. I love the CEO. And yeah, I'm
Okay.
here.
So when I first was introduced to you in person, you walked in on the scene and you weren't the first Playboy. I think it was Landon and it was Isaiah. And then you came in after and you walked in and you had your purse on. And Metro Zay and Zay and half a house B was already there. You walked in and you ran up, you spit, and then you ended up fighting two people at the same time. What
Mentally.
was going through your mind? What was going through your mind when you did that? And why did you spit on Rich Zay? And how did
Metro.
that even happen with you and Metro Zay? What was the problem between you guys? So that's three questions.
Well, first, what was going through my mind was what, like, okay, this is real. Like, you feel me? I knew I was by myself. I knew I was alone. I knew that I heard several voices on the other side of the wall. I did not know who any of these people were besides Metro Zay, Rich Zay, and Landon and Ken. But I didn't even realize that Ken was there in that moment until I watched it back. I,
Hmm.
for the entirety of filming, never knew Ken was at the Villain Theater the first day because I never seen him. But I guess he was there. So when I walked out, I'm looking for Landon because that's who I came for. So I'm thinking that that's the first fight I will get into. So I'm looking for Landon. As I'm scanning the room, I'm hearing Metro Zay talking a lot of shit. Me and Metro Zay were getting into it a lot in the group chat. Me and Rich Zay got into it every day in the group chat. Up until the day before filming, I told Rich Zay when I seen him, I was gonna slap the shit out of him. And so me and Rich Day was already into it. I was already into it. Rich Day, Metro Day will always jump in my arguments that I have with Rich Day. Like I said, they're so loser because they're always ganging up and moving, and they always had that energy in the group chat. And I said that was loser. So I'm looking around. Landon, I see Landon. He's got his legs crossed. Cashy is up. I never met Ant before. I don't know, like I don't know. And Metro Vegas kept talking, so I'm just thinking like they're gonna jump me. I'm the first person here. I felt like they were gonna jump me either way, so let's just get it out the way now. And I we ran up on Metro Zay. I didn't really have no strategy to it. I just was like, let's just get it out the way now. The whole spitting thing was like I didn't even mean to spit. Like that was just a defense mechanism, I guess, something I just did as I was running up. Like I'm running up on and I was literally running towards the table. So I didn't even really have a target. I literally was just running towards the table and I was swinging at both of them because I initially was going to swing at Metro Zay and then Rich Zay got up. So I'm swinging on both of them. And I actually stopped swinging on Metro and turned around to just lock to start fighting Rich Zay. Um, yeah, we got into it in the group chat a lot. So that was what the whole Rich Zay Metro Zay thing was that me, him, and Rich Zay. I got into it with them a lot in the group chat leading up to filming. I got into it with Ken Glocks a lot in the group chat. Um, it was a lot of group chat situations.
All them
And
people. Let me ask you something, because I did this when I did my shoot with the Valley Boys, because they all I don't know if you know that show. Are you familiar with Valley Boys?
I'm not familiar with it like in the way that I've watched it, but I know that Solo is from there. I know that Zeta's from there. They talk about that show a lot, and I've seen clips of Zeta from the show, but I never really watched the show. I know Landon is on it too.
Yeah, I thought that was Landon's show, and
Yeah.
Mamman I think was on there too. But even when I had did my review stream of Valley Boys, some of the cast members were saying in the show like the reason that they're fighting is because of the group chats, the group chats, the group chat. I'm just like, why is all these fights happening within the group chat? So it's just like, I want to know, like, what is it like being in those group chats when it comes to shows like this? Because it seems like a lot of the beef stems from,
It stems
even
from
though
the group.
you're group chat, and it's like as viewers, we don't know what's going on, so we just thinking everybody's just fighting just to get camera time, or just trying to get the easier target to make it look like they're heavy hitters, or just
I mean,
because they
that be the
just want to
case
be
too,
seen.
though. That be the case too. The group chat is basically like being on two headed goats. What we do on two headed goats is what it's like to be in that group chat without the cameras. You feel me? It's just people wanting to argue, people wanting moments, and those moments become moments on the show. Because there's no way you're gonna argue with me in the group chat and say crazy things to me in the group chat, and then when we get to filming weeks later, you think that that's not gonna have to. You feel me? Like that. So the group chat be people bored. Wanting to argue and storylines and trying to create storylines because they don't have any organic storylines. So they try to create storylines from the group chat so that when they do get on the show, they have something to they have battles. You feel me? If we
Yeah.
really take a look, if we really sit and look, I mean, that's why we have to revisit this at the end of the season. Because once the end of the season comes and you guys will see who had storylines this season, who didn't, who would have been what would have been without what. So then we can really clock T. Because right now it won't make sense because the show is still out. So we'll let these things keep airing and we'll revisit that. But yes, the group chat is basically like being on two-headed goats. Everybody be bored, everybody be trying to argue, storylines be trying to stick. Yes, it is people still trying to pick on weaker people in the group chat so that the storylines can have life. But I mean, when you're prior to filming, the group chat to me is essential because that's how we get the storylines going. But at the same time, I feel like it should be like I do think that y'all should be a little bit more knowing about what's happening. Like they should actually make us talk about that more, about the group chat issues at least, so that y'all know the details. And it don't just look like, oh my god, they fighting for no reason. Like D Scott and Zeta, or like or D Scott and Sheik. A lot of people was like, yo, these fights is for no reason, but it was the group chat.
I hate group chats.
It
I
was the
do
group
not like
chat.
them. I feel like I done call the producers out on the other show that I just named. I feel like y'all need to go back to just meeting each other in person, like how they did on Bad Girls Club. Have this half over at the club and have this half go over on the house. Have them go get their house, because then people could get rooms and then y'all could come drunk and be like, okay, well, this is supposed to be my room. No, it's not. And then it could spark there. The group
Right.
chat thing is just like, we don't see it. So it's like, what's the point? Like, can we go back to the old Prince?
I agree. I agree. And I think that the group chat also, if we was to just meet in person, it'll be more organic on who doesn't like each other. I feel like we don't even be knowing each other from the group chat for real. And people be like, oh, I don't like him. But we never met in person. Now, what if we sometimes end up meeting in person and you end up really do living for the person? Like me and Zeta. Me and Zeta were getting into it in the group chat and we met in person and we ended up loving each other. And it's like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I do think that the group chats should be, and let's just meet in person.
Yeah, the viewers do that a lot too, where they see people and they go after what they feel like is the best key person. And when they see guys like, "Oh, you're my idol, I love you," I'm like, "Wasn't you just dragging me like last week in the comments?"
Or
So
they
I
go,
did.
or they move so fast from episode one, and then by the time episode 8 get here, you got different feelings, whether they change
Yeah,
positively or negatively.
yeah, that's how I am. Cause like I try to wait till after episode 3, and then I'm like, all right. But then I also, with this day and age in our generation, Gen Z, we have this thing where it's like 5 episodes can be still night one. So it's like,
Well,
know.
not on Playboys is moving. We're moving. We're actually moving. Well, was episode 5 still night one? Was it?
No, I'm that's the other show. I'm saying
Um,
y'all kind of sped up a little bit, but there's certain shows that stretch
yeah,
out
we're
one night
moving.
for 3, 4 episodes, and it's just like, are you kidding me? But yeah, but yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but even though you had some odds against you, there was a lot, and I'm not gassing you up because they're gonna be like, ugh. A lot of people was praising you for having the balls to run up and do what you did, and still stand 10 toes, and still come back the next day swinging. Because it's like there's not a lot of people that would do what you did.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, it's not glazing. I mean, I appreciate that. I do think that some people, I mean, I did have a lot of odds stacked against me. I came on this network by myself. Anything could have happened to me. That's why I have so much respect for Isaiah in production. Everybody be trying to be like, oh, Khalil, you so dumb. You not reading the room. They setting you up. But I feel like if that's the setup where I'm from, I was anticipating something like, that what to me was I felt like I was taken care of. I felt like I was good. And yes, I do appreciate people giving me my tens for standing on my own because I did stand on my own. Um, but and especially I got jumped by Cashy and them at the dinner. Like that was a lot. But yes, I did hold my own, and um, that's all I know how to do. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm going to stand on what I believe in, and I'm going to stand firm on you know I'm not backing down from nobody, no matter what the outcome is. I'm never worried about the outcome. I never cared about the consequences.
Okay, I like that. So one more question before going. There's two dinners, right? There was one that happened, which and that's what I'm about to talk about, and then there's one that happened we haven't seen yet, correct?
Is there a dinner you haven't seen yet?
Because I was on the TikTok live a couple times, and I think Metro Zay had mentioned that y'all fought again, but at a later time. And then it was a
Oh,
big dinner where a lot of other
me,
shit happened.
me and Metro Zay do not fight no more for the rest of the season. So that's not true. I don't know. You must have misheard. We don't have another dinner. We do have another brawl though. There's another brawl, but there's not another dinner. So maybe you're
Okay.
thinking maybe you're just hearing that there's another brawl. There's another brawl that happens at the end of the season. But we don't have no more dinner. They were done with the dinner after the first time. We do have another brawl though, for sure. And like the season is nowhere near over. We are just
Oh
getting
damn.
started on the show. Like y'all have no idea. Like this the way the season's about to go. Like once we get past this Pootie and Landon fight, the season is gonna really press play. Like once Pootie wakes up, because this is Pootie's activated now. They done jumped him, and then he about to fight Landon. It's a whole nother season after this. It's a whole nother season. So
Not him
yeah,
getting jumped.
at the
Everybody's
at the
getting. Oh
club,
yeah.
Pootie got
Oh
jumped at the
yeah. He
club.
already got jumped. I thought
After
they
the
did it
club.
again.
That's what I'm saying. No, once that happened, the next morning, him and Landon fight. That from this day on, the season goes a whole nother way now. Like the season is going a whole
Okay.
nother way now. Like once
Okay.
House B start turning on each other, it's a whole nother season. We're going into a whole nother thing now. So yeah, it's about to be a whole nother tea that y'all about to get into with the next half of Playboys Miami.
So the dinner, bro.
Oh my god,
House
it's in a
B walked in.
brawl.
House B was sitting there, and then I think House A walked in. Y'all just got into it, and then you and Ant just had a back and forth, and then
No, me and
we.
Metro Zay had a back and forth, and Ant jumps in per usual,
That's right.
never
Yeah.
being able to mind his business. I never go back and forth with Ant. I would never go back and forth with Ant. Ant wants to go back and forth with me. I didn't even know this man. This is still the first night. Mind you, the dinner is the nighttime, the first day at night. We just so me and Metro beef is fresh. My issue was with Metro and Rich Zay when I'm walking into the dinner. I don't know Ant. So I never spoke to Ant. I didn't even like again when I'm walking in when I first walked out on that first scene, I'm looking at the people that I Metro Zay, Rich Zay, Landon. Ant like Cashy, Ken, I was not recognizing, I was not worried about these people being in the scene. So I don't even know what Ant's issue is with me to this day. But yes, it was me and Metro Zay who was going back and forth, and then D Scott and Maul jumped in, and then Ant had to listen to me. So yeah, but
Because
yeah.
that's when Cashy spit at D Scott with the gum, right?
Well, how it happened was
In the midst of that.
yeah, in the midst of that, in the midst of them separating me and Rich Zay, him and D Scott was at the end of the table going at it, and then he spit the gum on D Scott. That dinner, that's still one of my favorite episodes up until the last one.
Wow. So y'all just ended up trying to kill each other. Everybody's getting jumped, getting hit left and right. How
No,
did you feel
everybody's
about
getting jumped. I got jumped. But yes, it was everybody was trying to kill each other. That was crazy.
everybody was swinging? It was so much going on. It's like even the viewers are just like, we don't know who's hitting who at this point.
Bro,
It
it
was
was
just
so
so
much
much
going
going
on for
on.
everybody. Like the production, the cameraman, us. Like I didn't even know that that was all those fights going on. Like I promise you, when I ran up on Rich Day, I did not think that everybody was gonna start following behind. I didn't know that it was gonna be a whole like that was none of that was planned. We didn't discuss that. We didn't say when we get to the dinner, we were doing it. I just saw the opportunity and ran up on him, and I was just thinking it was gonna be me and him thing. I didn't think that it was gonna be like everybody jumping me, and then people from my house fighting, and then people from like I didn't know it was gonna be a house versus house. We was not on house versus house at that time, so I didn't know that that's what that was because we wasn't even on that at that time.
So who do you think made up the house versus house scenario?
No one made up the scenario. Everything just worked like that. If you look at it, I walked into House B already being there, right? Before there was a House B, I from House A walked out to House B, right? I got jumped by myself. Then they bring Maul and D Scott from House A walking into House B. Like it clearly was a house versus house thing already set up. Like by story. Like it was already like everybody from House A was beefing with people from House B. It was already like that, right? And vice versa. But people in House B had beef, and people in House A had beef that had fades to run. We both houses had fades to run within the house. But I feel like personally for me, after I got jumped that night, and we realized that if everybody in this house got an op in that house, we realized, wait, we need to start figuring something out because they just kind of ate that up, and we need to figure out how we could flip this because we got to figure something out here. Like we got to figure something out. So I'm not gonna say I don't know if it was House B or House A because I could say House B started it because they started jumping. Like why would y'all already sticking together, jumping in packs? But I could also say House A started it because we the ones that was like, listen, we not finna keep letting these big niggas pack us out. So we gonna have to figure something out and start using our numbers to our advantage. Fuck this beef that we got with each other in this house. It's not that serious. Run our fades and let's go outside and see what they need.
So I want to pinpoint on that. So is that how you felt after you fought Katari and Zeta, right?
No, Zeta fought Katari and I fought Katari. Me and Zeta fought Katari.
Oh, I'm all over the damn place. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Me and Zeta didn't fight each
It'd be a
other.
lot.
No, of
Like,
course. That's why I don't mind because I know it'd be it's a the and it'd be so many of us with different similar names: Zeta, Metro Zay, Rich Zay, Khalil, Katari. I know. So me and Katari fought. Yes, I felt like that. I felt like that from get go because me and Katari did. Katari was fighting me off of principle, so I already respected it from the beginning. Okay, Katari, you want to fight off principle? That's no issue. Cool. Like I'm not a punk. And honestly, as much as people like to make it seem like I'm just some nigga getting beat up all the time, anybody within my height or weight class, I know is not whooping me. So I had no issue fighting Katari because it wasn't like, oh my god, Katari about to do me in so bad. Like I'm like, okay, Katari, what you want to do? Cool. Once we fought, it made no sense to keep the beef going because there was no beef, and we always knew there was no beef. We always knew that we kind of wanted to get to know each other and be cool. So it was like there really was no need for beef. We fought. We in the same house, and we had common enemies. Let's go get them because, and from my point of view, I was tired of getting jumped. Simple. Like I was tired of getting jumped.
cause you know what, I'm gonna leave off on the situation because as a viewer, some of us were confused because it's like, okay, we get it that it's the principle why y'all want to fight him, even though you already got jumped by two people, even though they weren't fighting you for that situation. But a lot of the
Right.
viewers and some people on TikTok were kind of just like, and I know I remember I said it, I was just like, are some of y'all even? Do you feel like they just wanted to just have a reason to go at with you because it's just like, okay, well, some TikToks were like, okay, well, are y'all even close enough for to her like that for y'all to be doing all this? Because what if it was somebody else, or like everybody on this network has gotten jumped? Like Ant constantly gets abused all the time. Nobody ever has his back with Cashy. I've seen this past episode, Tokyo got hit by a man, and nobody, not even the females, jumped in the comments except for some of them. So it's like a lot of the reviewers on TikTok and people that watch the show were on TikTok, well, regardless if they feel like you did it or not, how is it that y'all pick and choose when y'all want to have morals? Because everybody done got jumped and ain't nobody, avenged like they usually do. So how do you feel
Right.
about that?
I
Not to give a
mean,
leading question.
when it comes to Katari specifically, I don't feel that way about him because he actually has a relationship with her, and he made that clear from my first day in the group chat. So Katari to me is excluded from that conversation because he never was doing it for a piggyback thing. That's why he never came to the internet and made it a hoopla. Now everyone else that keeps screaming her name to me is doing it for not only clout on Playboys, but for Ivory clout. They clearly want big like pats on the back from her, and then they also want clout from this platform from the show as well. Which is crazy to me because the people that keep calling my name out have yet to fight me. So I'm just confused. I'm confused. I'm watching the episodes and I'm seeing people. jumping out the yo Khalil. I need Khalil. I want Khalil. Khalil's annihilated. I'm waiting.
Okay, I hear you. So moving on from that, we're gonna get into the big episode that went viral. The whole world's talking about y'all, and that's the club fight.
Oh my god.
But before that, y'all had a boat ride. So how did you think the boat ride was, like being on a boat with the back and forth?
The boat ride was cute. I wish they showed a lot more of the back and forth. We was going back and forth for a minute. Like that was not no quick thing. We was going back and forth for a minute. So I wish they showed both boats reading. We was both reading both boats. So I wish they would have showed both the things we were saying. The boat scene was cool. Like I said in my confessional, I wish I would have dressed cuter for it because they didn't tell us we was going on a boat. They told us we was going to do some active activity. So I wish we would have wore like my boat attire. But yeah, I felt like the boat scene was cool, and I clearly was excited to go to the club. Like the club was something that I really wanted to do. Up until the club, I didn't even get drunk on the show. So that was the first night I was even drinking on the show. So I was excited to finally be getting drunk and finally feeling comfortable enough to let my guard down because I was like consistently like I was so pressured up for the first 2 days, like worried about who was going to like do what, who was coming from which angle. But at the club, I was like, okay, like I felt comfortable. Like I'm getting drunk tonight. It's lit. So I had fun at the club.
Oh, I commend you because most people be trying to get drunk, high, stoned off, or whatever, just to go in them scenes and try to hope for the best. You
No,
went in
I
there.
couldn't
That's
do
how I
that
would
because
do it.
I had too many odds against me. So I wasn't coming drunk because I didn't know who could turn on me. So I was like, I didn't know until I got situated and until I felt comfortable and I felt like, all right, house A is good. I'm good. Like I didn't know who in this house would turn on me. I didn't know who like I didn't know. So I was not trying to drink nothing, smoke nothing. I was hitting I had a fucking weed pen. I was doing the weed oil and that's it. Like I wasn't even smoking backwards or nothing until that third day when I was like, okay, this day 3. I done ran all my phase that I had lined up. So now whatever comes is going to just come. So I was able to just drink and be cool. So I was good at the club.
So then, when you guys got off the boat, you guys go to your separate vans, and House B decided to, and the idea from Rich Zay was to pretend they was gonna go over there and bang on y'all bus,
For
and
theatrics.
y'all didn't come out, and then they went on the other bus back to their bus and said that y'all was scary, and then on the way to the club, y'all stop at this area, and then House A gets out, House B gets out, and House B's ready to fight, and y'all just look like dressed up, and then Maul goes on a rant saying like, "We not, this not what we about to do." So, how did you feel from what happened on the boat, the rock scene in the boatyard, to meeting up at that pivot before everything had happened?
Well, you left out a bit of a detail there. They run up on the bus. They pretend to bang on the glass. Oh, come with the boat, come with the boat, come with the bus. We clearly would want to get off the bus, but you see, security is not letting that happen. They know that, so cool. We politely asked them to take us to a park. Production took us to a park so that we can line up one-on-one fades because production did not want another brawl. So they took us to a park to line up one-on-one fades. Every person in House A sprinter had to give a name of who they wanted to fade from House B. Marty and Solo went first.
That's
After Marty
right.
and Solo went first, the other sprinter said they're not fighting. We're not getting off the sprinter. No one's fighting. We don't fight on y'all time. We not fighting. Close the door. We're not fighting. That's what we were told from production. That the other sprinter said they did not want to get off the sprinter. No one was fighting after Marty. They closed the door and they drove the sprinters off. We then were told to get dressed for the photo shoot. They said at the photo shoot there will be no fighting. If you fight at this photo shoot, you will. You cannot fight at the photo shoot. Get dressed very, very cute. We're going to the club from the photo shoot. What you wear to the photo shoot is what you wear to the club. Do not fight at the photo shoot, is what we're told. We get dressed for the photo shoot. Clearly, we're getting dressed very, very nice. We get dressed for the club, thinking we're gonna wear that same thing that we wear to the photo shoot. We go to the photo shoot, we do the photo shoot. When we leave the photo shoot, they are taking us to backing us into a random parking lot, and it's dark as fuck outside. When they back us into the parking lot, we see the other Sprinter van facing the same way. It's like one doom. They got our Sprinter vans facing this way. We automatically know it's some bullshit. We automatically get defensive. No, we're not doing that. No. y'all set us up. We're angry because y'all set us up. First of all, y'all set us up because we asked y'all, was we fighting? Like, was we gonna be able to see them? Because we would have dressed regular. Y'all told us no, and y'all enforced dressing up nice. Actually, we're not fighting. Didn't they just tell us earlier they didn't want to fight on our time? We're not fighting on their time. We're not running phase on their time. We dressed up very, very nice. We're not fighting. If they want to fight, let them see us after the club. We want to go to the club tonight. We don't want to fight. They said they didn't want to fight earlier when we went to the park dressed and ready to bang. They didn't want to bang. So now we don't want to bang and we're not dressed ready to bang. We're not banging on any time. So it's that simple. I don't feel no way because they ducked the fade. I mean, I'm not gonna say they ducked the fade, but they did not want to run the fade on their time, right? When we was ready at the park, they didn't want to do that. They was getting rowdy and upset with production. They said to drive off. So I feel like why y'all mad that we don't want to bang on y'all time? We still ended up fighting, just not on y'all time. We still ended up fighting that same night, just not on y'all time. We still didn't mind, just not on y'all time. We went back home. We changed it to something more comfortable. We changed it to something more flexible, and we was ready to get that on our time. We wasn't about to sit there and let production back us into a parking lot and make us get off the van and ready to fight because y'all said y'all wanted to fight. Like what? Not when we was ready, when it was daylight and the scene was set. Y'all didn't. Y'all said no at the words of Rich Day. So yes, at the words of Maul, we didn't want to bang, and it really wasn't Maul because I said I'm not fighting in my Rick Owens. Period. But what y'all didn't see was after that, they all still tried to run up on our Sprinter van anyway. That's why when I came out the club,
Oh wow.
I banged on their window, and I was like, "Let's bang on y'all Sprinter." I said that because they tried to bang on our Sprinter after that scene when we said we're not getting on. Bye, we're going to the club. They closed the door and all of them tried to break loose and run to the Sprinter. It was a whole scene. It was a whole scene. It was a whole scene. But yeah. So I don't feel no way about us not wanting to fight in our designer clothes. I'm not fighting in my Jean Paul Gaultier and my Rick Owens. First of all, it don't matter what I had on. I could have had on Target. I could have had on Sheen. I don't want to fight right now. Y'all didn't want to fight when it was time to fight. We don't want to fight. It's that simple. Since everybody could pick what time they want to fight, we're gonna fight when we leave the club. That's the time we want to fight. And clearly, y'all wanted to fight at that same time. So what's the issue? We clearly met in the middle. Everybody was ready after the club. They had their shirts off. We had our shirts off. Everybody was in formation after the club. So clearly the timing was fitting.
Because I remember when I watched it, and I don't know, I think you saw my review, and I said in my review, like, why would you guys, I think I said something like, why would you guys fake like y'all was going to run to fight them in the van, and then when after Marty and Solo fight, why didn't y'all get out and fight? Because I think Ant and JR were supposed to fight next because JR scammed Ant,
Yes,
and
it
Ant
was a
has said,
whole
like, I'm not
lineup.
fighting. And I remember Ant came under my video and told me that the reason he didn't want to get out, he said that the reason that they didn't want to get out the van was because they didn't want to fight in front of the kids.
Baby, there was no kids in the park. Production had it already cleared out. Stop it. And why would y'all not say that in the confessional? And why would y'all let Marty and Solo fight in front of the kids? I don't want to hear. Listen, everybody can have whatever excuses they have. We had our reason. We didn't want to fight in our designer. If their reason was they didn't want to fight in front of the children, then so be it. I didn't want to fight in my designer on the rocks. We just did a whole photo shoot. We felt cunts. Like we felt cunts. We just did a shoot. We feeling ready for the club. Like that really just killed our vibe. Like what? Like what was this? Like which we was ready for the club. We was drinking. Like we was ready to have a good time. Like what was this? Like remember, House A really vibing with each other. Remember, when we're on our sprinters and we're in our house, we're really catching vibes. Like, so our energy was vibes. When we got on the sprinter after the photo shoot, we were ready to vibe, go to the club and vibe. They taking us to a pit stop, and it's these hoes on rocks with no shoes on. Talking about, I want you. Everybody calling my name. I hear my name from three different niggas over there. I don't know who's saying my name. Three different niggas was calling my name over there. Why my name? What? Like, I'm not doing that. And I got on these platform. Rick Owens, my shoe had a thick ass platform on it like this, and they talk about something. Come on, no.
At the
But
bottom right, like the Spice Girls had back in the day.
yes, they had like a little platformy shoe on. Like that shit was thick as fuck, a thick ass platform. And we on rocks. They think I'm about to get out here and fight? Absolutely not. And I just got jumped last night. I don't even trust you hoes. Like I'm not playing with y'all. But don't worry. At that club, after that club, let's press play. Like Maul said, let's press play after this club.
So then y'all go to the club, and then y'all leave, and Isaiah's like, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling faded. I see Pootie, and I want to run that. And you and Pootie square up, and
Yeah.
y'all start throwing hands. Isaiah comes, scrapes Pootie up. They start fighting, and that's where the whole "thank you" came from.
Yeah.
So,
Dang, yeah, CEO.
so everybody just start fighting. Cash is getting jumped by 5 different people. Maul's jumping in, Max jumping in, Cashy's ducking. You start fighting. I think JR and Ant started fighting.
Yeah,
It was a
you're
lot.
fighting
Pootie
Man
starts
Man.
fighting. Nickel Boy jumps in, hits
Solo and Man Man
Pootie.
too.
Solo Mammy was another one, like just swinging, and then Rich Day starts fighting, and then I think Zeta was trying to get Pootie on the floor, and then Metro Zay had pushed him, and then all this is happening, and we notice that there's like y'all House B's outnumbered, so then they get on the sprinter, and Pootie and Landon get into whatever, but I didn't see Landon
Are
fight,
they really
but
outnumbered? Like, what's the narrative with the outnumbered narrative? Like, I really need us to I need us to really examine this outnumbered narrative. When half of their people are three of us in one. Me,
in the
like
fight scenes when y'all was
Man Man is four of us already. Man Man equals four House A people. Like, just one Man Man equals me, D Scott, Maul, and Zeta. We all combined equal one of him, right? Then you have Metro Zay and Kashi. What? Like, these people are huge. You gotta remember, me, Maul, D Scott, Zeta. The only people we have big in that house, height
is
wise,
solo
is Tay. Solo is not even that big. Solo is not that tall. Solo is just
weight
thick.
wise.
He's
He's
just
not
thick.
fat, but
Like,
like he's
he's
thick.
just thick. Like, I mean, really, realistically, the only people in height is Tay and Sheik. That's it. Ty is third in line. But Ty is not that. But Ty is like, okay, it'll go Tay, Sheik, then Ty with height. We don't have no. Everybody else is little. Everybody else is 5'4", 5'3", 5'7", 5'5". You know, like 5'6". It's a short house. You got these big men over there. So the outnumbered narrative, and we really didn't get no numbers until Matt came. Y'all think y'all just gonna keep whipping us?
Well, in the actual fight, they only had some people, but the rest of their crew was on the bus. Because I think Landon even came under my post and had confirmed that he wasn't fighting. He was in the van with his feet up.
Well, he said he was in the truck with his feet up, is what he said. He said he was in the truck, is what Landon said on Two-Headed Goats.
Yeah,
Um,
because I actually watched the TikTok live back, and they was getting on him about not getting involved and all this other stuff. And I remember Maul was getting
I mean, I
on.
think that he should have only got involved for Pootie. That's it. I don't think he should have got involved
Fair
for his
enough, yeah.
albums. But I think for Pootie, Pootie got jumped. So I definitely think he should have been in that for Pootie getting jumped. But I mean,
Because they
that's
also
just my
said
opinion.
because someone was saying like Metro Zay didn't fight because I remember Mawson on the thing that Metro Zay didn't do
Did you see
anything
him?
and he was standing there. I mean, the only thing I seen him do was push Zeta.
I mean, but did
That's
we
it.
need him there? Thank you. I'm happy he didn't participate. Thank you. I'm actually
And
happy he didn't participate in that brawl.
yeah,
Thank you
he
for
actually
sitting that one
admitted it.
out.
He
We
actually
needed
admitted it on
that.
TikTok live. So um yeah, and then a lot of the viewers were kind of just like, well, I know a lot of people came under my thing and was like, well, what did you? I'm like, well, I think I said in my review, I'm like, House Eight's full of like people that's under 5'4", 5'5", and the only one they got is like Tay and Solo, but it's like they can only, and I think Sheik is a certain type of, they can only do so much. So I'm not with the jumping, but it's like it's past that, so it's like fuck it. You get what I'm saying?
I
Like
mean,
I'm not gonna
I'm
sit here
not.
and
They
fight
jumped
nobody.
me first, and that's the thing. People keep forgetting. I got jumped first. House B started the jumping. I don't understand why would they
Yeah,
jump a small person and then want us to have sympathy about them getting jumped. And they're big. We need to jump y'all. Y'all didn't even have to jump me, and y'all did. Y'all didn't have to jump me. Kashi and Rich Zay did not have to jump me. I was not a person that needed to be jumped under any circumstances. So it's like y'all wasted a jump on me instead of jumping somebody that y'all needed to jump. We didn't do that. We jumped the right people. It's that simple. We jumped who needed to be jumped. That's the difference. Y'all wasted y'all jump on me when y'all could have packed somebody else out who was giving y'all a run for y'all money. But us, we went to pack out who we knew needed to get jumped. We jumped Man Man. We jumped Cashy. We jumped who we knew needed to be jumped. Y'all started it though, so they can't make it seem like, oh, House A, this we not with that jumping shit. No, y'all started that jumping shit, so we had to get with the program, bitch. Y'all jumped us at the dinner and ate, and y'all thought y'all ate that up, so we had to come back and we ate up.
Yeah, because I remember seeing Maul on the Two Headed Ghost show, and he was actually saying like Metro Zay didn't want to fight because he felt like he was scary, and he wanted to go after the Khalils, the Zetas, but didn't want to go after you know
I mean, I
whoever he
never
felt
like to
like.
call nobody scary, but I definitely see picking and choosing, you know? That's what I will say. I mean, I think that for any of us to get on this platform, we can't be 100% scary. Everybody gets out there. That's how we stay on the show. But I do think that there's a lot of picking and choosing that be going on with people picking and choosing who they want to fight, who they want to attack, who they want to antagonize, who they want to get into it with. It's very specific who they choose. And I felt like, obviously their heaviest hitters sat there and watched people get jumped. I don't know.
Mm-mm. Well, House A got a lot of praises over the week because
Well, I
last
mean,
week it was House B, and then House A got this praise, so it's kind
but
of like
see,
a
this is
tit
what
for
I.
tat.
The whole thing for season three, that's gonna be the whole season three. I feel like it's gonna be like that for the whole season. I feel like that's how the season went. It's a great show. Like my non-biased opinion, everybody ate. Like I love the show. Like I catch myself even laughing at my ops when I'm watching the episodes. Like I catch myself laughing at them, laughing at their confessionals, laughing at their moments because the show is good. So I feel like it's gonna keep going back and forth. Like some weeks y'all gonna feel like okay, House A got it. Some weeks y'all gonna feel like House B got it. Some weeks y'all gonna feel like House B is just Pootie and Landon show. Sometimes y'all gonna feel like House A, y'all just getting along too good. You feel me? I don't know. Like y'all might have y'all different weeks where y'all feel like this house got it, that's how got it, this house got it, that house got it. I feel like, I'm glad House A got our week. Thank you. But we'll see how that, we'll see how this goes. You gotta move with humility because, actions change on the show. Different situations will make people opinions change. So let's just see.
Okay. So without giving us, because we know you're still under contract and we don't want to spoil stuff, how does the season go for you? Like without saying too much. Like how do you feel like
Like
the season is gonna
the
go for
rest of the
you?
season.
Yeah.
It's gonna go how it's been going. Like it don't stop. This shit don't stop. This shit don't stop. This shit don't stop. It's gonna keep going. I feel like it's gonna keep going. The season is so good. I love this show. The season's gonna keep getting better. You know, I can't wait for y'all to see people's true colors and see how they start picking and choosing, and we can really see who picks and chooses on this show. I'm reunion ready. At this point, I'm reunion ready. And the rest of the season goes good for me. I feel like my whole season went good. Like my whole season went good. It went way different than everybody thought it would go for me. And for me, that's all I. We need to have a post-season interview so we're gonna have this one. We're gonna do this interview right now, and then me and you are gonna touch bases again in December or so and have another interview where we could really get into all of the tea. Like we could get into everything and we don't gotta talk in code words or talking hyperboles. We could go straight into the tea. Like blah, 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 blah.
Okay. So what are you looking forward towards the reunion?
I'm just looking to be back. Like I'm looking to see everybody again. I'm looking to see everybody again and really, like the difference between now and the show is with the show, I didn't know what to expect. So I walked into it very like I didn't want to put any expectations. I walked into Playboys Miami very open minded and just ready for whatever. Now with the reunion, I know how this goes. I know what to expect. I know how to move. So now I have an agenda. With Playboys Miami, I didn't have an agenda. Like I didn't have a hit list. I didn't know who I was gonna fight. I didn't have a plan on who my first fade was or who I was running up on. I didn't have no game plan with Miami. I just walked in, like literally, I just walked in and you seen how everything went. Everything went organic for me on the show. I never was practicing lines. I never was trying to like be a fan fave or any of that. I just went in being myself. No game plan, no nothing. I didn't know who these people was. I didn't know how big they were in person. I didn't know nothing. I just walked in and was like, let me just see what's up. Like the only I barely spoke to anybody before filming besides Solo and Maul. So I just only was familiar with Solo and Maul, and I just walked into that environment like just ready for whatever. Now with the reunion, I have a game plan. I have a strategy. I am now walking in a different type of vibe. You feel me?
Friends, we dressing in all black like the omen, like it's a funeral, right?
I don't even know what the attire. I go back and forth with the attire because I'm 50-50. Like It depends on what our reunion is given. Like if we get a set like they did Dollhouse and they did Young and Reckless, I don't know if I want to come in like that. Like I kind of want to eat. Like these bitches is gonna rip me out. These bitches gonna be mad at me regardless. So it don't matter what I do. Them bitches, you know. So I don't know. I go back and forth with should I just come out like no shirt on and just shorts, ready to just like what are we even doing? Like let's just get down or like I don't know. It depends on the setup. I don't really know. But you know, I'm down to give it all black. I think everybody should give all black. The theme should be funeral service. We should all give a funeral service. It should be all black for everybody.
I mean, I've been saying that in my TikTok. Death at a funeral, I think, and I think the Last Supper. I said,
Oh God, Last Supper, child. We need. We'll get the finale come out and then we'll talk about that.
yeah.
But
So I want to ask you something post the show, like doing the show and all of that, because this will help some people. You get comments, you get positive, negative. You got castmates coming at you saying stuff on stories. Y'all do the TikTok live with Dre and Kobe. Y'all go back and forth. It's this constant chaos. How do you, as a human being, deal with like all of that mentally? Like, how do you deal with that?
I mean, like I have a thick skin. I'm used to trolling and trolls. I am a troll. You know, I'm a Twitter user, so people that's on Twitter, this is what we do. So I kind of have a thick skin for it. I mean, but if you don't, and you have to have a thick skin if you come in on TV. You know, everyone's not gonna love you. You can't come on TV ready to be pacified. You can't come on TV thinking you about to be the fan favorites. Fans' minds change based off of what they see and what's happening every week. You know, some fans one week be like, yo, I loved you this week. You ate. Some week they be like, bitch, you got on my nerves this week. Like, why is you all in the back of Zeta and these got fight? Some weeks they be like, oh my God, Khalil, you ate. Some weeks they be like, girl, that wasn't tea. You know, it's back and forth. That's what comes with being authentic. So I feel like my advice, anybody that's going on now that's TV or any TV platform, is to just be authentic. You feel me? The love will always outweigh the hate if you're being authentic. You feel me? People that end up getting a lot of hate is because they're not being authentic and they were trying to be something that they thought the people would love. And when they don't receive it that way, they start getting gagged. Like, wait, what? How dare you not love me? And then they start, feeling all upset. No, just be authentic and be yourself. And if the people, if it resonates with people, it will, hopefully it does. I hope that people always receive me the right way. I know that it's y'all only get to see so much on the show. Y'all only get to see so much of us having dialogue to really understand who I am. But I hope that I'm always being perceived correctly because I really am a good guy. And like I really am a playboy in real life. And I really do live this as a lifestyle outside of just fighting and being, in that light. I actually do live this lifestyle in real life.
Yeah, because I feel you, Metro Zay, Chic,
Rich Zay.
um, Rich Zay, um, some other people like y'all really be putting that shit on. Like y'all really know how to dress. Y'all know how to like market yourselves. Y'all
Right.
really some of y'all, most of y'all like the definition of playboys. I
Right.
will say
And that's why
no
that's why
disrespect
I
to the
love
other
this
boys.
season.
There's no
It's
disrespect to
actually
anybody's
right.
name I did not say. But I'm just
Oh yeah,
saying.
they know. Anybody name we didn't say it's no shade, it's no shade. But
Cause
I
there's
feel
more I
like
didn't
this
name, but it's just like
it's way more. They know fucking how they Maul, I love Maul and G Scott and fucking who else? Tay be throwing that shit on. Did we say Sheik and Katari? But that's beside the point of going through a whole list of people. The beside the point is that the whole cast eats and the season eats, and I love the season
right.
and I love your reviews. Honestly, I love
Thank
watching your
you.
reviews. Even before we started DMing or anything, I've been watching your reviews every week since my premiere, since episode one. And I just love that they're unbiased. I love anybody that's unbiased. I'm always open to receiving criticism. You feel me? So I love that that you're unbiased and you say your opinions. Um, and like I said, I really do want to do an interview with you again when we can go into further depth of what goes on like throughout the season. But I enjoyed my time with you right here, and I really appreciate you for interviewing me. And I hope we have another one at the end of this. Like at the end of the season, we have another one before the reunion.
That's fine. Yeah, I appreciate your support too, and I know when I do like my reviews, I try to be as I just really just be straightforward, but I also be respectful too. Because you got some people who do the TikTok reviews, and some could be biased. Some just try
Mhm.
to be comedians instead of just getting straight to the point. Like,
Right.
and I while watching it. I kind of like, I'm not trying to make it by myself, but I like to see reviews that actually are fair and just get straight to the point. A little bit of maybe comedian, but I feel like I've been seeing a lot of comedians that like to skip along to not say the wrong thing because
Right.
they don't want
And
nobody
I
beating
like
them.
people that
I'm
actually
me, I'm
analyze
like,
the
fuck
show.
that. I'm like, fuck that. I fight too. So it's like, but I'm gonna be respectful because I'm doing y'all how I would want to be, you know, looked
Right.
at. Cause I get it. I've never done TV before, but I've been watching it and I'm just like, I get it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be like all the other ones and I'm gonna just be different because I see stuff differently. But for the most part, from what I'm seeing, a lot of people agree with me. So
No,
but I try
yes.
not to drag anybody, be disrespectful, even the people that I don't like. I try to.
And I love
I
that
mean,
you actually analyze the show. That because I lived it. You feel me? So when I'm watching reviews, I like to see people that actually are getting it from a different perspective, that are seeing beyond what we just see on TV and are actually analyzing. Wait, didn't y'all just say this last week? Didn't y'all do this? A lot of the reviewers forget what was said last week or what was done the previous episode. So it's like they only are discussing what they see in this episode, not remembering this is a show. So the editors are laying a story out. Episode one connects to episode two, connects to episode three, connects to episode four. Just like when people were like, Khalil, why are you cheering on D. Scott when he fought Zeta? Well, if you watched episode two, then you seen that me, D. Scott, and Maul were on the sprinter all day. So we had all day to bond. And then we went home to the house, and then they brought Zeta to the house, and then Zeta fought D. Scott. So clearly, I'm still bonding with D. Scott. So I'm cheering D. Scott on because I did not know Zeta. And me and D. Scott were on the bus for 4 hours before we moved into the house, saying that we were gonna have each other's back. So, but if you watched episode two, then you would have seen that me and that me and D. Scott and Maul were on the sprinter talking and getting along. If you
I
watched
think you guys were
episode
by the
two,
poolside too when you guys were talking. Like I think you and Maul
right.
had that moment, and we want to
Yes.
see that because I've been seeing a lot of things where people be like, even the Landon and Pootie situation, they're like, "Oh, this is too much talk." I'm like, "Why do y'all want them?" And I said it in my, I'm like, "Why do y'all want them to like unalive each other? Like they're human beings. They're somebody's child. Like it's not that serious. Like why do y'all just
But we
want to
also need a
fight, fight,
story.
fight, fight,
We
fight?"
gotta
But
talk. We need
right,
dialogue
it's
so that
like
it makes
I'd
sense to
rather.
y'all.
Some of us want to see y'all have fun, have dinners, go out. I've
Right.
been saying take them out shopping. Like let Khalil and
That
let
would
Metro
have been
Random
nice.
sit down and talk about it. Like, let them squash it. Let them go
That would have
shopping.
been
Like, let them go
nice.
out. We want to see that. Well, I don't want to keep seeing y'all killing each other all the
But
time
then the
because then when
fans
someone really
say,
gets hurt,
but when there's no dialogue, the fans say, all y'all do is fight. There's no
all y'all do is
dialogue.
fight.
We don't
I'm
know
like,
why y'all fighting. There was no dialogue. But then it's like when we give in dialogue, when the show is providing dialogue so that it makes sense to y'all, so that everything aligns, so that when y'all watch the show, because I personally love the dialogue. But I'm also from the BGC era. So I don't want to just see fights all day. Like I actually like when I see us having fun. I like when I see us reading each other. I like when I see us, I feel like Playboys Miami is a great balance of that. Like we give dialogue, but we give fights. We give both. Y'all gonna get y'all fights in, y'all gonna get y'all fades in, but y'all gonna also hear House A and House B having dialogue. That's why I do like that we had two different houses. Because if it was one big house, we would never be able to get dialogue in, and it probably would have
oh
never made it.
Lord.
We would have never made it past the 2 days.
And the thing about season three, I think, because season one was the best season, but I think season three outweighed last season and season one because season one it was organic, and then season two it was just all over the place with like 30 plus niggers. I don't know why. And then season three, it just out ate like damn near almost all the shows that's on now that's TV because and then well, I don't know if you noticed this, but y'all season is the season where like it's not constantly like the same one or two people always getting ganged up on and jumped, and it's like everybody's hounding them to be scared. Y'all season is bringing back that old shows from like Flavor Love where it's like it's group on group and everybody's getting hit, everybody's swinging and just getting up and walking like, okay, see y'all tomorrow and
I
just
like
taking it
that.
on the chin.
I
But yeah,
like that.
y'all season is like the best show out right now, even out eating Bad Boys Club on Zeus Network and Baddies.
Oh
This is what y'all
God.
don't know. Like people are tuning into y'all show more than they tuning into Baddies, and I'm just being real.
Ah. That's pressure. That's a lot of pressure. But I hope people are enjoying it. I'm not the best fighter. I never claimed to be the best fighter, but I'm always gonna defend myself. I'm never gonna be. I'm always gonna stand up for what I believe in, and I'm gonna always speak my mind. I'm never gonna let anybody mark me out. I'm never gonna let anybody be no punk to me.
Okay.
So
Okay, so do I have any more questions for you? So would you come back for season 4?
Well, yes, for sure. I would for sure come back for season 4, for sure. The reason why I was like hesitant because I'm like, you know, I want to come back on season 4 for sure, and I love Now That's TV, and I would love to work with Now That's TV again for sure. I would do Playboys 4. I would do whatever they need me to do, but I would definitely do another season because I feel like I would. I need to. Like I feel like I need a redemption season. You know, I feel like I need a redemption season just because I walked in with too many odds against me. You feel me? So I feel like I walked in with like a stain on me because of what the rumors were. You feel me? So I feel like now that I've completed my first season, once people see me and they're familiar with me, I feel like now I would like to come back for redemption so people can actually get to know Khalil. Like I spent this whole season defending myself. You feel me? So I never really even got to be like, explain who I was. Like nobody really gonna get a chance to get to know me. You feel me? Like the whole season is just me defending myself. Like that's literally the whole season. So I just would like a redemption season just so that people can actually get to know who I am, as a person, and not just me defending myself and me just having to stand 10 toes. Because that's all season is me standing 10 toes and being the underdog.
Okay, so I got a couple questions. Are you willing to like in the future or somewhere down the line? I don't know if you guys do. I mean, the reunion's coming up. Y'all gonna kill each other, but are you able to reconcile with like Metro Zay, Ivory, and any of those, or
Well, I don't have to
any of
reconcile
those
with
two?
Ivory because I don't have an issue with Ivory. So if I was to see Ivory, I would like for us to talk because I never had an issue with her. I did not do anything to her. As far as anyone that I filmed the show with, as far as reconciliation, we would have to go to the reunion and figure out what's the tea. You feel me? I ain't with nothing until it's time to film because everybody is one way until them cameras come out. I'm not making up with no hoe that jumped me. I'm not making up with no hoe that jumped me. No hoe that jumped me. And I'm not making up with no hoe that put bodily fluids on me, and I'm not making up with no hoe who got their teeth done in the basement, and I'm not making up with no hoe
Wait,
with balls on.
somebody did something to you like that?
Spit on me, yes.
Oh, oh yeah.
Someone
Cause
spit on
you said
me.
bodily fluid, so I'm like, I'm thinking about what
Yes,
happened on
that is
your
a
grandmother.
bodily
Somebody pissed on
fluid.
you?
That is a bodily fluid, and I'm not making up with no hoe that spit on
My
me.
dumb ass.
I'm not making up with no hoe who got their teeth done in the basement, and I'm not making up with no hoe who don't got no hair in the middle of their heads. So that's out for that. As far as anybody else, as far as like Rich Zay, I never had no issue with Zay. But we will see at the reunion. That's it. Everything is for the reunion. But as far as Babu, I just looking to reconcile because I don't have no issues with Babu. And that's my whole point is that I wanted her to see that there's no issues with me. I did not do anything to you. I came on the show to say that. But whatever, we'll see at the reunion. But thank you so much because I gotta go. Thank you so much. Let me know when everything's coming out. Let me know what's up. And yeah, hopefully you watch the show Sunday. We actually need to be doing a live review. So maybe we could do a live review on Sunday. Because I don't think I'm really in the episode Sunday. So we could finally talk about it. I want to talk about the show from a viewer's standpoint. I don't want to talk about the show when I'm on it. So we could talk about the show on Sunday. Because I don't think I'm going to be on it. I think it's going to be about the Pootie and Landon thing. So we could do a live review on TikTok live together and watch the episode on Sunday.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I think we should.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming up here.
Thank you for having me.
I will say this before we leave. I, regardless of what happened before, even if it was Cashew, whoever, I wanted to get to see everybody for myself. So, I really don't care because let's be honest, everybody done did some crazy shit. Not condoning jumping, but it's like, even though you said you didn't do it. You didn't do it. So it's like everybody done did something so horrible. So it's like to point the finger at or pick and choose who to point. I'm like, fuck all that. I'm gonna just see what these cast members are about. So as the episodes went on, I'm like, you know what? I like him. Like Metro Zay's one of my fave. You're one of my faves. Maul's
Everyone
one of my
likes
fave.
both of us.
Cashy's my
That's
fave. I
crazy.
got top 5 faves. I don't know who the last one's coming in that spot for. But you, Metro Zay, Cashy, and Maul is my faves.
Thanks. That's a solid lineup.
So this isn't biased because some people are
I
like, yeah, but this
appreciate
is
that. It's
like
very solid.
I'm just saying that. So I see a different Khalil. So I'm glad I
Thank you.
finally
I
got
really
to know you.
appreciate that. I
And
really
I
appreciate it.
thank you so much for your support because House A be under my car. I barely see House B, but I'm still gonna give them their flowers.
Well, I know that me and House A, like, we be sharing reviews in our like, we like to watch the reviews. Like, we like them, positive, negative. We like reviews, and I really do like to watch reviews. But this is the thing: I've been a reality TV junkie before this show, so I've always watched reviews. You feel me? So it's just now that I'm on the show, I like to watch reviews, whether they don't like me or not. So I appreciate you, like I said, for being unbiased and just being real and analyzing our show. Thank you so much. Let me get going, child.
I'm
How we stop?
sorry. I stop it.
We stopped it.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
is us signing off. Where can they follow you on Instagram?
That's so Khalil underscore on Instagram. That's so Khalil on TikTok. Sleaze Mirage on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, I'm outside. Y'all know the vibes. Hopefully y'all rock with me. And hopefully this interview, made you like me a
You in
little bit.
Queens, right? I could talk to you backstage. I could
A
talk to you.
little like me. Okay, see y'all. Bye bye.
Thank you, Khalil.